Good morning, folks. It was a very cold, wet morning here in New Braunfels. And I was just thinking about, a lot of stuff that's been going on in our city as of late. And I've gotten kind of angry, become kind of a grumpy old man in some of these videos. And I'm sorry for that, folks. It's just, the city's done some really, really bad stuff, made some really poor decisions. City management has just gone out of control with spending and taxing, and it's just really been detrimental to our city. And I've been in and around this city most of my life. I lived in Florida for a bit and got back here as soon as I could. And, I just love this town. This is such a beautiful place. The Guadalupe River is just such a wonderful place. And it's just really sad to see our city management take your taxes and your money and just throw it all away when there's so much wonderful things they could do responsibly with your money. And it's really sad. So instead of just sitting here and complaining and griping about the city and the transformation of our city that I see going on, I believe we can stop that. I believe we, the citizens, can rise up and make a difference. Everyone, right, left, center, I don't care where you're from politically, I think we can save this town. But see, a lot of you don't even know what we're saving, because half of you aren't even from here, right? So in the last 5 years or so, we've doubled in size. New Braunfels has grown exponentially, and so a lot of you don't even know a lot of the history and a lot of what's going on. Like, take, for example, this place, Whittington's. Whittington's never existed, folks. That's just an old mill that wasn't even part of New Braunfels. The mill was here, but it was something totally different. Whittington's is actually from like a movie set, a TV set. And so that whole mill area has been used for all kinds of stuff, but it used to just be a textile mill. And so this whole mill outlet and stuff was over here, and it's a whole different place. And this bridge right here, now this has been here for a long, long time, one of the oldest bridges in Texas. This is the Faust Street Bridge. This is a really neat place. It's a place you can come walk. You can come walk across this. The city actually does a really good job of maintaining this. They just redid the decking again. They do it every 5 years or so, something like that. If you park over at Orion and McKenna, you can park on Orion on the parallel parking in front of what looks like Whittington's. You can park there. You can't park in all the other spots. And then on the other side of the bridge over here at Faust Street, you can park there. There's like 5 or 6 good parking spaces, but you can come and walk freely. And I've seen weddings up here. I've seen all kinds of stuff. It's just a wonderful place for a date. Just to go for a jog. I come up here all the time. It's beautiful. And you can see the river here. This is the Guadalupe River. And then just up there a little ways, about a quarter mile, is where the Comal converges. So the water here is, at the end of summer, is actually cooler here than you would expect the Guadalupe to be, because it has that Comal water in it. And it's just such a beautiful place. Now, I would recommend this park down here, which is you can access from that side over there, except our city doesn't have enough police, and we don't have an ordinance in place to stop the vagrancy. So there's lots of vagrancy down here, lots of trash, and people just leave it a mess. So I really can't recommend that, because unfortunately, with the exception of Mr. Spradley, our city council and our mayor have completely neglected our safety in this town, and they do not have enough police in place to protect us and to make a place like that safe. Also, the city has allowed things like, there's a fence under here where we're supposed to have access under here. They've allowed developer or somebody, the city won't tell me, city management won't tell me who this is and what happened here, but they've allowed to erect a fence under here. So you can't access this public property under the bridge like you should be able to do. But this is a wonderful place to come. It seems pretty much safe up here. It's lit at night. It's a beautiful place. So the Faust Street Bridge is a wonderful place you can come and just enjoy. There's lots of really cool stuff in New Braunfels, like this Faust Street Bridge, that a lot of people don't know about. They don't know any of the history of and things like that. So there's things like Warnicki I'd love to talk about, and lots of stuff like that. So stay tuned, because I'm going to try to do something like that and just inform people about the city and why we need certain things to be changed in the city, because a lot of this stuff impacts you and me dramatically. When the city doesn't have enough police, we can't enjoy a place like this. The city takes away and allows things to happen. It allows developers to do things like put that fence up down there just so that, his wedding venue won't be obscured by people walking the back and using that public property. Things like that go on that favor developers rather than the people, like developing giant tracts of land into rental homes that you can never own, and how that affects the people of this town. And it causes this transient population that aren't really invested in the city and the government, and they're less likely to pay attention to what's going on. Folks, these are the types of things that really impact your life. And so I don't care what side of the spectrum you are on politically, it's important we pay attention and we elect leaders that actually care about you, the citizen, and aren't going to just rubber stamp everything for developers like our current council, every single one of them is doing, and aren't going to raise your taxes like they did just a few months ago at city council. Every single one of them voted unanimously to raise your taxes, and they lied to you and tried to deceive you and tell you that it was a decrease. It was not, folks. 5.9% increase in your effective tax rate. 14.5%, I think it was the increase, and $40 million more than last year. And they did it the year before, almost the exact same thing. Folks, they are raising your taxes, they are taking your money, and they're picking and choosing winners and losers. And if we don't rise up and stop it, folks, it's going to be too late. And this will be gone. Your free park space down here will be gone. They will take this away like they've sold off your land. They will take this away and they will give it to the elitists and the developers. And folks, there will be nothing left if we don't stop and do something about it. So come with me. I'm going to try to find some other little things to tell you about this town and show you how it impacts our lives. And let's save New Braunfels.